Ciao e bentornati, welcome back to Pillole d'Italiano. Nell'episodio di oggi, episodio numero 139, vorrei parlare di una serie di espressioni che significano see you at some point in the future, with that point moving and not being the same. The reason why I decided to create an episode like this one is because I've always been very much confused by the way Americans use this see you later. To an Italian, if you translate literally the see you later, it sounds like you are going to see that person later during the day. And Americans use it very freely, meaning at some point in the future, it might be today, it might be in a week, or even in a month. By the way, the literal translation of see you later, or let's see each other later, would be ci vediamo più tardi, just so you know. The expressions that I'm bringing to your attention today do not use the ci vediamo formula, but simply the a, the preposition a, to replace it, because ci vediamo più tardi could simply be put as in a più tardi, right? So I could say ci vediamo più tardi, we're gonna see each other later, or a più tardi, literally until later. And it works perfectly fine. So I'm going to give you the simplified version so you don't have to stress about verbs and conjugating them. Bene, with that being said, cominciamo con tre espressioni che possono essere usate più o meno interscambiabilmente, interchangeably. You can use these three kind of interchangeably. There is a subtle difference between all of them, but potato potato. So the expressions are a tra poco, a dopo e a più tardi. A tra poco, a dopo, a più tardi. They mean that you're going to see the other person in a very short amount of time within the same day for all three of them. But when you say a tra poco, it means that you're really, really shortly seeing that person. Because literally you're saying until a little bit, right? Poco, a little bit. So a tra poco, it means that you might see that person in an hour, in half an hour, in a very short period of time. A dopo, it's like see you after. It could be after lunch, after dinner, after the event that you're attending. So that usually means that you're going to see that person within a couple of hours. And then you have, as we said, a più tardi, literally until later, but later the same day, as we talked about it before. You will never hear an Italian saying a più tardi or ti chiamo più tardi, for example, and not calling you the day off, unless they're flaky, which is a different issue. But language-wise, when you use that più tardi combination, it means that it's going to be later that day. But it could be within a few hours. So, as I said before, if you want to put these three expressions in order, based on how much time you will need to wait until you do that thing or you see that person again, then you will have a tra poco, a dopo, and a più tardi, with a tra poco being the shorter amount of time and a più tardi being the longest one of the three. All three of them happens within the same day. Then you have the instance where you could use that preposition a paired up with any moment of the day, any day of the week, any specific occasion. So you can really determine when that thing is going to happen, when you're going to call that person, when you're going to see that person again, by saying a and a moment of the day, for example. A stasera, if I am going to see you tonight. A domani, if I'm going to see you tomorrow. A lunedì, if I'm going to see you on Monday. A Natale, if we're only going to see each other every Christmas. With my private clients, because we have a regular schedule, I tend to say a lunedì, a mercoledì, whenever the day is going to be that we're going to see each other, or I would say a settimana prossima. A settimana prossima literally means until next week. Now, what happens when you don't know when you're going to see that person again? So it's definitely not going to be the same day that you're talking with them. It's not going to be anytime soon, at least to your knowledge. You don't have a specific knowledge on when you're going to meet again. So you might just say a presto, until soon, a presto, which is what I say oftentimes at the end of my videos, because I don't know for sure if you're going to be coming back next week or 2 weeks from now, or if you're going to be binge watching all of my videos, who knows? So I just say a presto. A presto, as we said, means until soon, and it also expresses the wish to see that person soon again, even if you have not made plans yet. So when you say to a friend, a presto or ci vediamo presto, that's what you mean. You're also expressing your wish to see them again soon. E infine, ultimo ma non meno importante, last but not least, we have this expression addio. Addio. It's spelled in one word, but you could see that the preposition a, it's made of two words originally, a, Dio, Dio being God. So addio, you're basically saying until God wants us to reconnect. You're leaving it to a higher power because you have no idea when you're going to see that person again, if you're even going to see that person again. So oftentimes this addio is used, it's kind of dramatic, is used when you probably are not going to see that person again or you are walking out of their life. And I know that some English speakers want to use addio in a kind of arrivederci way, right? Like, oh yeah, I'll see you again at some point. But no, it is very dramatic for an Italian. So addio is really when you're walking away, when the person is dying, or who knows, external circumstances are going to prevent you guys from reconnecting again. That's when you would use addio. Needless to say that we do not use it very often. È tutto chiaro? I hope that this distinction between all these expressions with the preposition a was clear. Let me know, fatemi sapere, lasciate un commento e sentitevi liberi di provare a creare delle frasi con queste espressioni. You can always feel free to use that space to create your own sentences and I will give you feedback, of course, as soon as I can. In the meantime, please do not forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, or if for some reason you forgot to do it so far, and hit the notification bell so you will get notified every time a new video comes out. E noi ci vediamo soon, I hope. Ciao, a presto!